Hey guys, Mauro here. Can you name one number one player in any sport that you know that he hated the sport? Well, this is a well-known fact in the sport of tennis, but probably not for the people that are not real tennis fans. But Andre Agassi, who got to be number one in the world a couple of times in the 90s, he used to hate the sport. He didn't like it because his dad pretty much went ever since he was a kid. His dad made him play tennis and pretty much having on the court all the time, hitting balls over and over and over, and didn't even according to the biography, to Andre Agassi's biography, he said that his dad never even really didn't even gave him the option of saying if he wanted an education, if he wanted to study. So ever since he was a kid, all he knew was being on the tennis court and practicing with the dreams that his dad had for him to become a number one player in the world and make money. His dad was an Olympic Iranian boxer. So I guess he had a pretty rough experience, let's say, with tennis ever since he was a kid. And for those of you, his biography it's very interesting, and there is a lot of things that he talks about, how he changed from being. I guess he was more the kind of flashy player that had the Nike endorsements, and he wore the flashy neon colors, shorts and shirts, and the Oakley sunglasses, and he had the long hair with the bandana. So he was commercially, he was very successful. He was very attractive, but he was not really a contender. He was not really one person that that will win the major tournaments and that will be in the number one spot in the world until he got tired of that. And like I say, commercially he was successful, but not really as a tennis player. So for those of you that are trying to change, for those of you that are trying to evolve and change your mindset and trying and aiming to become a different person for whatever goal you have in mind, I have 3 tips that I got from the Agassi biography that they can really help us all when we're trying to change and trying to evolve. Okay. Tip number 1 is that Agassi knew that he didn't choose to be a tennis player. He had no option. His dad pretty much, he was born, and right away at a very young age, he put him on the tennis court and pretty much forced him to hit balls. He had a full machine that he called the Beast, and his dad was like, you gotta hit thousands of balls every day, over and over and over and over. And hey, I had no choice for an education, and that's one of the reasons why he hated tennis, because he was pretty much forced into it. But the day he found out that there were, he said, even though I wasn't forced, I can't complain because I got to be number one in the world and I had a lot of things out of tennis that I enjoyed. But one thing that he noticed is that there were kids out there that they did not have a choice, and they got it much worse than him. If they didn't have a choice, they were probably going to spend the night sleeping under a bridge, or no roof at all, no food the next day. They were kind of that downward spiral, and nothing was going to change for them. They had no option, no way to get better. So until he learned that he was actually lucky and there was something good out of the fact that even though he was not really in love with tennis, he said, you know what, the truth is that tennis gave me a lot of good things. And I found out that there were a lot of people that they did not have another choice. So that's one good thing that you want to see. That's a good perspective to say, okay, you know what? Many times we don't value the things that we have, but we have to be grateful. We got to have that gratitude and say, gratitude doesn't mean that you're satisfied. Doesn't mean that you're not going to try to go for more. We got to keep grinding and you got to keep going for more. But you have to be grateful. Some of us that have a roof, and I didn't grow up in a rich family, but my dad, he paid for my parents paid for everything. We never lacked tennis players. We never lacked tennis. We never lacked any rackets, ball where to practice, money for tournaments, for hotels, everything. They pay for everything whole year round. And when you have to do something like that for a kids or tennis, if your kids are tennis players, it's a lot of money to spend. You know that. So that's a good thing to start about, thinking, okay, you know what? I got to be grateful with what I have. But like I say before, don't stop there. You want to be ambitious and go for more. Okay. The second thing he said, if you're not broken, you cannot grow, period. And that's true. If you're not going through a difficult time, if you don't really, the truth is that most of the times we have to hit rock bottom in order to take action, in order to decide to take action and change our lives and start pursuing the goal that we want with 100% effort, and stop just kind of messing around. When you don't find yourself in a really critical situation where you have to take action, it's difficult to say, okay, this is my decision, and with all the determination that I have, I'm gonna go after that. The truth is that usually it is until you find yourself on all the way to the bottom of the pit, where there is nowhere else to go but up. If you make the effort, that's when you're gonna get better. So just think of that. You have to be broken. The fact that you're probably going through a very difficult time right now, you gotta see and learn to see that like as the opportunity to know the highest version of you, the opportunity to grow and to bring that inner strength that you have never probably seen, but you have no option now, so you gotta do it. And that's one good mind shift that we can have. Learn to see the problems as opportunities to become a better person, stronger persons. Okay, the third one, he say, you have to plan your work and work your plan. You gotta have a plan. You cannot just say, okay, I'm gonna get better and here we go. You gotta have an idea, an outline of what you need to do. You wanna have a plan. You wanna have a schedule. You wanna have if you wanna set mini goals. It could be daily goals. It could be weekly goals, or it could be monthly goals, whatever. But you gotta have a goal, and you can have mini goals that are gonna lead you to what you wanna be. You gotta be able to stop. Let's say if you're changing and you're doing something, and you gotta be able to think about, okay, after a month or 2 weeks or of changing whatever you're doing, say, okay, can I see any results? Do I see anything different? So you gotta have something to compare, because otherwise you can just jump into it for months or years, and if there is nothing or no one that will tell you if you're really improving, you just don't have an idea. And well, we all need that. So goals are good. You gotta plan it, and you gotta plan it and work it. Okay, all right, guys. Well, I just wanted to give you these 3 points from Andre Agassi. He changed a lot. He started after he figured out that there was people that had it much worse than him. He started helping kids. He started building schools for them. So he has spent up to today, Andre is 47, 48 years old, and he has spent close to $700 million in more than 80 schools around the nation, and he has helped more than 40,000 kids in the nation with his programs, with his work, building schools and giving kids that have little or no opportunities, providing them the chance of a better future. Okay, all right, guys. Well, give me a like, subscribe to my channel. Questions, suggestions, anything, let me know. I'm happy to see you all again, and I will see you soon next time. Thank you.